And while Australian travellers have been grounded, a government-backed freight network has flown more than 162,000 tonnes of premium produce to hungry markets across the globe. The program helping keep the fishing fleet afloat in Ulladulla on the New South Wales south coast after the community there was hit by bushfires, as floods and, of course, COVID-19.
Dawn on the dock at Ulladulla Harbour. And it's all hands on deck, hauling ashore more than a tonne of Australia's freshest and finest.
These are all yellowfin tuna. That big one down there is probably about 60, 70 kilos.
Rushing to weigh, clean and pack the catch of the day in time for one of the few international flights out of Australia.
It's costing us more to get the fish overseas with COVID. But it's still worth exporting.
Before the pandemic, 90% of exports left in the belly of passenger flights. Now, with borders closed and planes grounded, like the produce inside these containers, space is a premium. The Ulladulla tuna loaded onto this empty flight, alongside lobster, beef and dairy products, on their way to Japan with a wave. Touching down in Tokyo 10 hours later. These pooled 10-tonne shipments might cost twice the price.
But we've had the flights available, and that's the main thing for the co-op, to have flights available to get the product to overseas markets.
Welcome support for this community and industry.
It's been really hard for the people on the south coast, with all the bushfires, and then we had floods and then COVID. So the people on the south coast here have done it really, really hard this year.
Mario has spent 65 years on these wharves and has never seen anything like 2020.
It's very bad. It cost us a lot of money this year. It's a shame that it had to be this coronavirus, because this year was a big year.
The federal government underwriting more than 6,000 freight flights to 66 destinations, including New Zealand, Singapore, Hong Kong, Doha, the US, Malaysia, China, Taiwan, Vietnam, Thailand, Qatar, Kuwait and the UAE.
And that's helping more than $1.3 billion worth of Australian exports hit the supermarket shelves and the tables of consumers.
Acknowledging Australia's borders won't be opening anytime soon, the government has set aside an extra $300 million to keep the scheme going until June next year, hoping for plenty more fish in the sea and in the air.
Could be better, it could be worse, we don't know. It'd be nice to have a crystal ball.
As Australian producers prepare for the pandemic long haul. Brett Mason, SBS World News.
Overseas